Hello everybody, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at times tables from 1 to 4. Let's start with 1's timetable. On the 1's times table, we have that any number that is multiplied with 1 will always equal itself. For example, let's look at our first one. We have 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is always 1. And let's look for another example in this chart. Let's look at 8 times 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Like how 12 times 1 is 12. This is basically the times table of 1. It's very easy and simple. Now we're going to be looking at the times table of 2. In 2, we're just basically multiplying our number by 2. So when we think about 10 times 2, we can imagine 10 plus 10. So 10 times 2 is equivalent to 10 plus 10. So they're the same thing. Continuing, we have the 3's times table. On the 3's times table, and we will have to memorize this. This is more something that we will have to memorize. For example, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and so on and so on. We can see that when we look down the times table, it's adding 3 every single time. That's our pattern. Plus 3 is our pattern for this one. Oh, and before, for the 2 times table, our pattern is plus 2. You can see their answers are always higher by 2. And our pattern for the 1 times table is plus 1. Now let us look at our 4's times table. For our 4's times table, we have 1 times 4. Let's look at 1 times 4 first. 1 times 4 is 4, as we all know. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 20. 4. So this pattern here is plus 4 for this times table. So continuing, the next question we're looking at is 12 times 4. 12 times 4 is 48. If we know 11 times 4, whatever comes before 12 times 4, we can easily figure out that 12 times 4 is 48 by just looking at subtracting what comes before it. So we looked at the patterns behind times tables today, and hopefully this was something informative and how we can use these patterns to find out our answers.